Hi, everyone. Recently, I had someone reach out to me about a very difficult situation where a staff member was not performing. Now, managing poor performance can be really challenging for both the leader and the staff or the employee involved. It's really about striking a balance between compassion and accountability, and it needs to be done in a very caring, compassionate way. Poor performance may be a reflection on the effectiveness of the induction. So, whether the standards, expectations, benchmarks for attitudes, whether they were set from the get go and communicated effectively. So, how do you handle below standard performance? Now, being creative about the way in which we handle below standard performance really matters. It doesn't mean, being ruthless or uncaring. It's being sensitive, being firm, but fair. Now, I'd like you to consider these four things. Number one, are performance standards agreed? So, are they agreed and written down? And if not, perhaps you need to go through them again. Make sure that they're communicated in a way that's clear to the person and that they understand it. Remember that we all hear things differently. Number two, are the standards and expectations understood properly? So seek confirmation of understanding and then just make sure that you do get an agreement from that person, because understanding is so much more than just the written word or the description of a standard. It's a matter of checking people's interpretation, what it actually means to them, and then check that their interpretation meets the expectation or standard in practice. That's really key. Number three, are the standards agreed? Sometimes, people are genuinely under false impressions and they just simply need someone to guide them or point them in the right direction. Other times, people may be just testing the system, testing the boundaries. And at worst, people can actually be rebelling. So it is the manager's responsibility to identify the root cause, the reason why this person is choosing to ignore the standards, what's going on, and then put things in place to deal with it appropriately. And there should never be assumptions. Number four, are the standards agreed, but there's another reason why perhaps they're not being met? Now, this too is the duty of the line manager in these situations to be able to identify what the problem is, whether the person wants to resolve it, and then help them find a solution. Managing poor performance or a performance that's below contracted standards starts with identifying the root cause. It's really listening to what's not being said.